After analysing over 1 million pre-orders, we found that only 20.6% of them ship within the first 30 days. This break from regular buy now orders can often mean the difference between a smooth, profitable pre-launch and shipping chaos. Pre-orders aren't just about enabling the continue selling when out of stock box on Shopify. If you mismanage them, it can lead to angry customers, premature fulfillment, and dissatisfied staff. Today, we're going to look at 3 inventory management workflows that you can employ to keep your 3PLs happy, as well as manage your overselling in a controlled way. In 2025, Shopify supports the pre-order process really well, actually. However, there's still inventory challenges some merchants won't anticipate. Without proper holding of fulfillment, your warehouse software may dispatch orders the moment they're created, as opposed to once you're ready to ship to customers. What we're covering today is pre-order max limits, fulfillment holds, and 3PL coordination. Let's jump into it. Not every pre-order campaign can accept unlimited pre-orders. You may have 500 units coming from your supplier, but then take many more pre-orders than that. So in actual fact, when your stock does arrive, there's not enough to send to customers. Without variant level limits, you can't cap pre-orders by size, color, or SKU. I'd recommend first looking at your pre-order cancellation rate. And if you haven't taken pre-orders before, we find that the average is 5.4% of pre-orders are cancelled. Now that's just from our data in this report, so that's 1 million pre-orders. But what you can do with that is you can plug it into a formula of average pre-order cancellation rate -1, and then times that result by your incoming inventory. So if you had 1,000 pre-orders coming in, it would be 946 pre-orders, which you would roughly expect to actually fulfill. So 14 of those 1,000 pre-orders may end up getting cancelled in a perfect average world. If you times your incoming inventory, so the number of units on your purchase order, by 1 minus your expected pre-order cancellation rate, you multiply those 2 values together, and that's your max pre-orders that you'd expect to get. So you could set that as your pre-order limit. For example, out of 1,000 units, you would think that if averages are anything to go by, around 15 would cancel. And you can either do that in your pre-order app via automation, or you could come in your dashboard, and we've just got the one variant for this one, but you can just simply type that in here. And then that way you know that as soon as you hit that amount in sales, the pre-order option and the buy option will be hidden. Number 2 is fulfillment holds. Shopify has this status of an order where instead of making it unfulfilled when it's created, if it sees that it's a pre-order, it can put it on status on hold. And that's there to prevent automatic processing of that order from the rest of your tech stack and integrations. So not all apps will place that hold on your orders. So you really want to make sure that's happening to avoid unwanted back of house operations and customer communication snaggles. The way to check that your pre-order app is creating these holds is to jump into the Shopify orders admin and check that there's an orange on hold badge once the order is first created. If there's a unfulfilled badge instead, that means that it doesn't support it, and this order could trickle down into unwanted places, as well as confuse your staff. And that takes us to number 3. So ERP and 3PL integration. Now, not all of these systems were designed with pre-orders in mind, which means they don't support negative inventory or on hold states. So in this case, you'll need to add a custom rule or a flow and look for a Shopify line item you only have on pre-orders, or optionally a Shopify order tag, which symbolizes that that order has at least one line item on pre-order and should be treated differently. Without testing end-to-end, orders can ship prematurely from your 3PL, and ERPs can forget to reprocess an order as they may just see the hold status and just ignore it. but never resync once you release it. This doesn't have to take long. A basic test could be list a product for pre-order, place a test pre-order, potentially you just list a product for a couple of dollars or pounds, then go through checkout, verify that it appears in Shopify Orders Admin with that hold status, as well as any line item attributes or tags that you need. Then jump over to your ERP and see how that's synced for your order and take note of its financial status as well as fulfillment status. And then check your 3PL to see that it hasn't tried to ship it and that it's in some kind of holding pattern. We actually have a set of resources on preproduct.io. So if you go to solutions, and then ERPs or 3PLs, you can scroll down and we have individual guides. So you can see how ERPs in this case support the various things like Shopify fulfillment, negative inventory support, that kind of thing, and what we may suggest to try when you're incorporating pre-orders. So number one was set variant level stock limits, depending on your purchase order and expected cancellation rate. Number two was ensure that your pre-order orders are getting fulfillment status of hold applied to them when they're made. So your staff know what's going on. The rest of your integrations know that this order is not yet to be processed. And number three, which we just looked at, is 3PL and ERP integration. So the main thing with that is just to do a test pre-order and see how those systems react to it. And then also test releasing fulfillment and charges, see how both of those systems react to that. And if you want to manage pre-orders without the inventory headache, pre-product, the app that I work on, we apply automatic fulfillment holds as well as line items and order tags that you can use. We're happy to chat over support about any issues or implementation you may have. We've currently got a commission-only plan if you're just testing, and then we've got some higher plans with zero commission. See you in the next one. Cheers.